हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज हम लोग शुरू करने वाले हैं सस्टेनेबिलिटी एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज, इंडिया एंड द वर्ल्ड। ओके, सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम द इंट्रोडक्शन। Improving living standard for mankind has been the single-minded goal of all nations and world bodies after defining the development in numerous ways for over 2 decades. There seems to be a consensus on human development, while a large population on Earth is still to receive the bare minimum for development. Humanity is at crossroads where it faced with the first of kind challenge. The challenge of climate change. The dilemma is that whatever we do our development, there will be a repercussion on nature. An even bigger dilemma is in achieving a global consensus on how to check or restrict and finally reverse the process of climate change. The survey of the global comparative opinion shows that people in India and indeed all countries have a marked and rising concern about the sustainable development and climate change in recent years. However, the challenges are also formidable, especially in the context of finding the matching resources of the required magnitude given the economic conditions. Climate science has rightly taken up an important position in public debate, even as the science of climate change grapple with uncertainties. And the world is witnessing more extreme events, with rising extreme events and rising citizens' demand. The world has little options but to listen to the voice of the evolving science and respond adequately with strategies and policies rooted in the principle of multilateralism with equitable and fair burden sharing. Since 2010, the world has witnessed an increasing number of natural disasters and extreme weather conditions frequently making headlines in the news across the world. Policymakers have been facing enormous pressures on availability of the clean air, water, energy, and together with the problems of poverty and hunger, especially in the developing world. The year 2015 witnessed two landmark international events: the historic climate change agreement under the UNFCCC in Paris in December 2015 and the adoption of Sustainable Development Goals in September 2015. The Paris Agreement aims at keeping the rise in global temperature well below 2 degrees centigrade, which will set the world towards a low carbon, resilient, and sustainable future, while the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, which replace the Millennium Development Goals, set the development agenda for the next 15 years. Sustainable Development Goals. The UN General Assembly, in its 17th session in September 2015, announced a set of 17 Sustainable Development Goals 169 target, which will stimulate action over the next 15 years. And this set of goals replaces the Millennium Development Goals, which were coming to an end in 2015, and will try to work in the areas which could not be completed earlier. The Sustainable Development Goals were adopted after one of the largest consultation exercises in UN history. The goals were proposed in United Nations Conference and Sustainable Development Goals Rio Plus 20 in June 2012, and SDGs will be effective between 2016 and 2030. The 17th Sustainable Development Goals are given below. First, no poverty, zero hunger. Third, good health and well-being. Fourth, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequality, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, strong institutions, participation, partnership to achieve the goals. The 17 goals have a total of 169 targets and thus are very comprehensive in comparison to the Millennium Development Goals. Countries need to evolve proper monitoring mechanism to track and achieve these targets under set goals. A very challenging task. The major challenge faced by the countries in this regard will be in financing the implementation process, mastering participation from the stakeholder and evolving an administrative structure. Let's talk about the India and the Sustainable Development Goals. India has taken several proactive steps at the national and sub-national levels to mainstream the SDGs into the policies, scheme and programs of the government. The major initiatives in this regard are given below. SDG India Index. The index was developed by the Niti Aayog to measure the progress of states and union territories in the direction of achieving the goals and monitor their actions in this regard. There are 100 indicators across the goals in which the states or UTs are given performance score 0 to 100 and are ranked accordingly as per the Economic Survey 2024 to 25. In India, state government have been proactive and have laid out strategies and framework for achieving SDGs at district and block level too. This multi-layered approach to SDG implementation is based on the Indian model of SDG localization 192 comprising four key pillars as per the SDG Indian Index 2023 to 24. SDG Nexus, as there exists a nexus between the SDG target and social indicators such as education, electricity, health and energy, etc. India has accordingly acquired nexus approach to the goals and started streamlining its social sector schemes and initiative accordingly. Voluntary National Review. In July 2020, India presented its second VNR Voluntary National Review to the UNHLPF United Nations High Level Political Forum on Sustainable Development, which is the highest international platform for review and follow up the SDGs under the auspices of UNESCO, United Nations Economic and Social Council. Besides highlighting India's achievements, the review presented the Indian model of SDG localization, stakeholders' perspective, strategies of integrating business and means of implementation. Localization. Localization of SDGs is crucial for the realization of goals under the 2030 Agenda. In this regard, the SDG India Index and Dashboard, designed and developed by the Niti Aayog, is the principal tool through which not only the local bodies are being connected but their performance is also being measured and monitored. COVID response. The pandemic threatened the very backbone of livelihood and sustainability. In this regard, the government initiated several measures starting with the arrangement of free food to agriculture and MSME related reforms which were directly or indirectly connected to SDGs. MISTI India launched the Mangrove Initiative for Shoreline Habitat and Tangible Income, a scheme for development of mangroves covering around 450 square kilometers across 11 states, 2 UTs. The public-private partnership-based scheme is to run for the next 5 years starting 2023 to 24. And this is done for the today. We will talk about the next topic tomorrow. And thank you so much. Keep watching my videos.